And at the pivot, a terrific defender and all-around player, the Australian sensation, 7-footer Andrew Bogut. And there's Klay Thompson, and it's Lee in at the 4. And for the Rockets, Beverly Harden manned the backcourt. And it's center the most dominant physical presence in the NBA, the elite defensive big man, Dwight Howard. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Ashik in at the 4 slot. Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Steph Curry is virtually impossible to defend. I mean, he can hit from anywhere on the floor. In the gym range, personified with Curry. Mid-range jumpers are like layups to him. And inside, he's got the floater finger roll and the runner. You always expect his shots to go in. It's like watching a game of horse at full speed when the highest stakes are on the line.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
And Steve, shooting no doubt Curry's forte. He narrowly missed the All-Star game last season. I mean, I can't believe he didn't get elected, and he seemed to be the one glaring miss. When you watch this game, where can he improve?
I think offensively, he's got the whole package. I think it's at the other end of the floor where he can probably improve. He needs to compete a little bit more defensively, but that's tough to do when you're handling so much of the offensive load. For your team, but he's got to find a little more balance, I think, between his offense and his defense.
And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. It's Thompson off the drive. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Parsons. One-on-one here. Ashik guarded by Curry. And then Ashik with the dunk.
You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
Thompson. Here's Lee. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Harden dishes to Beverly. Wasted no time on that one. Beverly's got 5 points so far. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
Yeah, the Warriors turnaround, I think, in large part because of the improvement defensively and on the boards last year. There was a 5 or 6 year stretch where Golden State was maybe the worst team in both categories in the entire league, but the schemes have changed, the personnel, the intent, the toughness, and it has all led to a new era for the Golden State Warriors basketball team.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And back to the Warriors looking to pack the paint. If you want to get into a three-point shooting contest with them, well, I think they'd welcome that.
I agree. I mean, with the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, you can get sprayed in a hurry from all angles. I mean, those guys are terrific. But again, their improved defense and rebounding was a big part of their success as well.
Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Ashik with the bucket.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And it's Omer Ashik with the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
It looked to me like that pass was going to get through, and then bang, he was going the other way with it.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Mark Jackson gave me a couple of moments. He said their scouting report is really all about how to handle Dwight Howard. Obviously a tremendously impactful player at both ends of the court. Coach said, offensively, we always need to know where he is. Defensively, it's always about doing your work early, trying to hold your ground and deny him prime position inside. Sounds like a good plan, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Iguodala against Harden. Thompson for 3. The shot will not go. The Rockets go the other way with it. It's stolen by Curry. Pass to Thompson. Iguodala with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Iguodala kicks to Curry. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Harden outside. And the rejection by O'Neal. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Different look here for the Warriors. On defense, Golden State. They trail by 1. Offensive rebound. Harden kicks to Lynn. Back to Harden. Second chance shot. Makes it off the glass.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Well, you know, prior to last season, there were several teams that considered trading for James Harden. There was a question, though, over how much they were prepared to give up. And some questioned if he could be the first option on the team. That question's been answered.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul. Kicks to Lynn. No one near him. And that one's good.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
In the season before last, Harden won 6th Man of the Year. But, guys, do you think that because Harden came off the bench in Oklahoma City that some underestimated his talent?
Well, I don't think anybody underestimated his talent. I think it was pretty apparent what he could do. But, you know, scouts have watched him ever since his Arizona State days. You could see he had star potential, and now he's getting the opportunity in Houston to fulfill that.
Guys, it didn't take long for Harden to show that he could carry a team. The first game of last season, he made a statement in his first game as a Rocket, putting up a monster stat line.
And Harden and Clark, you just talked about this, wasting no time last season announcing his arrival as a franchise player. Opening night, 37 points. 45 points in the second game of the season. Steve, what a start he had in Houston.
And how about the stretch, Kevin, in the middle of the year where he scored 25 or more points in 14 straight games. It was an all-time Rockets record. So Harden getting his opportunity to be a star. He's making the most of it.
Now Lynn. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. Lynn the pass to Parsons. He feeds it to Howard. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
O'Neal. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
After 17 years in the NBA, Jermaine O'Neal is still going. It's easy to forget he was once an all-star franchise big man for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine could do it all. He could score it in the low post, could make the mid-range jumper, and also was a force defensively. But even though he's not at that level now, he can still help you as a quality rotation big man.
The Warriors making a switch here. Lee's checked in.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Dishes it to Usher. Outside, Lynn. Feeds it to Parsons. Shot clock at 6. In low to Howard. And the shot is good. And for O'Neal at one time, a 24-point per game score. Now his role is all about defense, blocking shots and clogging the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 250 with a great knowledge of the NBA and how to defend and scouting reports of every player in the league. Very savvy veteran player.
And the Warriors with some changes. Andrew Bogut checked in for O'Neal. Harrison Barnes comes in for Klay Thompson. And Steph Curry subbed in for Tony Douglas. Lynn dishes to Beverly. There's the pass to Parsons. Outside, Lynn. The feed to Beverly. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. And it's a 10-point Houston lead.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Yep, it's been a clinic at that end of the floor, no question.
Here's the 3. Iguodala. No good. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Lynn kicks to Beverly. And it's off from 3-point range. Warriors trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them liked it.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Curry passes to Bogut. Outside for Curry. Uncovered. Kept alive. A second chance effort. And Bogut with the nice basket inside.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Lynn against Curry. Pass to Beverly. It is now to Howard. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's going to be it.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, even though Draymond Green was the 35th overall pick out of Michigan State, he found a way to contribute right away for the Warriors. Coach Mark Jackson raves about him, saying, quote, he has an incredible basketball IQ. That's the biggest reason why he's on this level. He absolutely gets it. He's a flat-out winner. Kevin, what a great glue guy.
He's a key cog in this young core. Thanks, Doris.
Houston might have made the playoffs in the West last season, guys, but it wasn't because they were beating up on their peers. They were 24 and 28 against the rest of the West. That's why they got the 8th seed.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
It's Harden with the drive. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists in the game. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. You remember the Rockets last year when they were playing a lot of teams in the West near the end of the regular season. That was when they slipped, Steve, out of the 6th seed range down to number 8.
Well, of course, the West was really strong last year, Kevin, so it makes sense that you're going to struggle a little bit against all those good teams. But, Houston ended up being the only team in the West to make the playoffs with a sub-500 record against the rest of the conference. Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play.
Barnes can't get it to go. Houston leading by 7. Now, here is Harden. 10 points for him. From downtown, gets it to go. Harden's got 7 now in this quarter.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, guys, the Houston fans could be forgiven for not having heard of Umir Ashik when the Rockets signed him as their starting center a season ago. He was a second-round pick out of Turkey in 08, a backup in Chicago, but he's quickly shown himself to be a key piece of this promising young core.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Beverly, guarded by Curry. And Ashik throws it down. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
And you have to give the Rockets credit for going after Ashik, a player who never averaged more than 15 minutes a game with Chicago, a restricted free agent with the Bulls, and became a very important part for the Rockets.
Well, they clearly saw something special with Ashik. He's a great rebounder and defender, uses his body, understands angles, and plays that verticality really well as a defensive center.
Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Golden State. Left side Curry. Here's Iguodala. They get it back.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
That's good. 16 points for James Harden.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Curry with it. Now defended by Asher. Here's Iguodala. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Iguodala's got 7 points in the game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop. Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jermaine O'Neal. That's foul number 2 for him. Kicks it out to Harden. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. David Lee's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Warriors trail by 13. Thompson outside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, they're knocking down the long-range shots. A lot of those same shots they missed earlier in the first quarter. They still find themselves down here, but they're starting to make some headway into that deficit.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jermaine O'Neal. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. He kicks it to Beverly. Houston moving the ball around. Shoots from the corner. The Warriors pull it in.
You really don't want to see him missing those mid-range shots, but when he's open, he's got to shoot it.
Parsons against Barnes. There's the bucket. Good. Barnes has got 7 now in this quarter.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Lynn against Thompson. And Parsons kicks to Howard. Parsons. Here's Beverly. He's got 10. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. On defense, Golden State. 8-point game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes. Well, the Rockets front office very influenced by advanced stats or sabermetrics, if you will. They revealed one thing that they think the league undervalues, and that's attack guards, ones who put pressure on the defense off the dribble. That's one more reason they pursued the slashing Jeremy Lin so strongly.
The 3 from Barnes, and it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, for Dwight Howard, a perfect fit with head coach Kevin McHale. So often, head coaches are former point guards, but in McHale, a Hall of Fame power forward. Howard has a coach he can quite literally see eye to eye with. And McHale is one of the all-time great post-up scorers. And for Dwight Howard, he said that was the biggest reason for his decision to come to Houston, saying, quote, "I felt he could really help me develop in the post." Guys, back to you.
You don't see many great back-to-the-basket big men these days, Doris. He's one of the best, certainly. Here's Lynn. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lynn's got 5 now. Back to Jeremy Lin, a great penetrator, very active, gets to the lines. He's about as surprising a guy, Steve, as I can recall getting in the league and having putting a thumbprint on things.
Well, much more athletic than people give him credit for. Very explosive. He can get into the paint and a really quick first step.
And the shot is good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Thompson outside. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor. You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference, and the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and, of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And another specialty of his is the three ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
Harden the pass to Jones. Kicks it out to Garcia. He dishes it to Smith. Harden outside. 4 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Offensive rebound. Right side Garcia. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 13. Oh, for the Warriors, who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs. Last year, their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause, Steve.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And, you know, a lot of those games were against Western teams. And if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive.
The Rockets have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Houston making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Curry dishes to Lee. Leads him in there. Iguodala, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
Yes, sir.
A message and put it on the highlight reel for later.
It's Harden with the drive. Parsons for 3. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Now.